All right. How to not be lazy. If you feel like you're lazy, then the number one thing you're going to start with is saying, it's my fault. Seriously. You're going to have to hold yourself accountable. There's just two ways about it. Now, one thing, you might be doing some things and you just don't care about, and you just haven't found what you're passionate about. We're going to talk about that. Um, the other one is that you just don't do nothing. You don't do shit and you just lazy. Those people you click on, we're gonna get that too, right? So number one, let's go ahead and start about the passion thing. A lot of times it's not that you're lazy, it's just you're not finding anything that you're really passionate about. And you gotta ask yourself, what is it that you really enjoy in life? Because when you talk, if you ever noticed when you're talking to somebody in a conversation, you talking about them. I mean, you talk to them and you ask them conversations about them and what they light up. They. I literally had this other day. Me and my wife, we went to Best Buy, and I had this conversation with this lady, and she's really sweet. She was checked us out the last time, and I remember she's talking about she like photography and she does that on the side. And I remember that about her. So when we got up there to the checkout, I asked her, I was like, how's the photography coming? And she light up. She had a big smile. She was surprised that somebody who was a customer who don't even really know her asked her about what she was doing on the side as far as that she enjoyed. And she was looked like she was filled. You know what I'm saying? But when she was working and I saw her, she looked like she was just overwhelmed because there was a lot going on, people checking out. But when someone approach you and they ask you about something that you enjoy, you light up. So people love talking about themselves, about what they enjoy and what they love personally, right? Everyone loves to talk about and hear themselves talk about what they enjoy and what they love. So you got to figure out what you like. What makes you want to get up and do things, right? And if you don't have that, that's something you have to figure out first, because you're not going to have the meaning and the energy to want to get up and go do something, right? Now, there's some people out here, you're just lazy. And I'm just going to say just like that, you're just lazy. But it don't have to be like that. You just got to hold yourself accountable. And that's it. That's really what it is accountability. Like, if you can't hold yourself accountable, find somebody that can hold you accountable, or find something that's going to be like, all right, if I don't do this, this is going to happen. This is solely this is solely right here is relying on me. If I don't do this, this happens. Find consequences of if this doesn't work, this happens. Now, if that doesn't encourage you and it more so discouraging you, then you need to find something that's encouraging you, right? Something that's more positive. The people, the way this thing works is some people are motivated by things that bad could happen, and some people are motivated by things that good can happen. Me, I'm on the spectrum of, if I do this, what can this happen? It number one, it doesn't put stress on me, and number two, it makes me excited about life. The other one, it kind of, if you go too deep in it, you'll start like, what I'm saying, it'll weigh on you. That's why I like going the spectrum of like, okay, if I do this, what would happen? Like, what's the best thing that I could possibly ever think of? And I think about that scenario, I'm like, yo, that would be crazy if I was able to get 20,000 subscribers in a year if I just focus and upload this amount of videos on my channel. Now, would I hit that? I don't know. But if I do it, I might or I might not, but who knows? I won't know until I do it. But it's all about having that vision, all right? So here's another good segue. Having vision. You got to have vision of what you want to do. If you need to draw on a vision board or cut out pictures and have a vision board, if you have to write yourself a letter, if you have to talk to your significant other or someone close that you know is not going to judge you by your dream and tell them so they can hold you hold you as accountable for and have an accountability partner, then do that. Find something that's going to allow you to have a vision. It's going to really take you a long way in your journey. You got to have a vision. If you don't, you're not going to find a meaning of what you're doing. You're going to be lost, right? To have a vision and a purpose of where you're going is everything, because it's your North Star. If you don't have a North Star, where are you going to find yourself to be at? You're gonna be aiming aimlessly, and you don't want to aim aimlessly. So have a plan, step by step plan. Have a vision. Do those things because it's gonna help you out. Sometimes it's not even that you're lazy, but sometimes, a lot of times, it could just be you overwhelmed and you just don't have enough structure, which leads to this: being organized. You wanna have things organized for you, so when you're come to your desk and you're sitting down and you're planning to do something, or whether it's outside life, you're able to execute on it because you have things sorted in a way. If things, I give you an example. If your house is dirty and it's all messed up and it's non organized, and you wake up and you look around, you just feel disgust or just freaking unfunctional, and you just feel disgruntled and you can't even function. It's because your environment is not organized, it's not clean. So your conscious is not even going to allow you to be the focus because your whereabouts of everything that's going on, your surroundings. So fix your surroundings, right? Fix your surroundings, be organized. Have you put yourself in a position where you could be at peace, which leads to another thing. A lot of y'all hanging around the wrong people. Let me say this again. A lot of y'all hanging around the wrong people. You're hanging around the wrong people. And you gotta, like, you don't have to cut them off. Sometimes you gotta cut them off. But sometimes it's just really prioritizing your time around them. Because there's some people you can't cut off, and they're your loved ones, or there's friends you had established a long time relationship, and you just gotta cut down your time with them and prioritize yourself being around better people. They say the 5 people you're around the most, the more rub off on you. So if you're around the wrong people, you're gonna be like them. If you got people that ain't trying to do shit around their life, then how you expect yourself to be able to get anywhere in life? You can't. You can't. And that's just true facts, bro. Like, we spend too much time around people who are not trying to do anything in their life, and they start rubbing off on us. And again, yeah, we can point fingers at them, but it's accountability. It's like, yo, what am I doing? Why am I being comfortable being around average people? You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I being comfortable being around average people? Like, you don't want to do that. Like, put yourself in a position where you could be a winner, and you can surround yourself around winners. Winners surround themselves with winners. When you make yourself a winner, and the mentality of it, winners will come around. You don't have to force yourself to be around them. They will come around you, right? Winners know who a winner is. Losers know who a loser is. So if you're attracting losers, it's because you are a loser. And the way to change that is stop being a loser. Seriously, right? So these are the things that's going to help you when it comes to being lazy. Because a lot of times we overcomplicate it and we look at it as this one broad thing when it's really different layers to it, right? Like, there's situations where people, they're just coping through life and they just don't have a sense of vision. There's people, like I said, hanging around the wrong people, the wrong circle. Or again, you might have chaos in your life. You might not be organized. You might not have no structure. You know, and a lot of emphasis that you hear in the spiritual Bibles and Qurans and all that stuff, just old wisdoms, historicness, history, where these wisdoms would tell you about, yo, in your life, you should have structure. In your life, you should have organization, because it gives you peace of mind. If you don't have structure and organization, you're going to be everywhere, and you don't want that. So be sure to have some structure and some organization. It don't have to be perfect, but it just needs to get you somewhere where you can be on a guided course. You think about this. If you own a Ferris wheel, or what they call it, one of those carts that be going like this, you know what I'm saying, the roller coasters. Well, how is it able to do that? It stays on its course, right? If it didn't stay on its course, people be dying off of it. You know what I'm saying? People be flying off the. It has to be something that's structured, that where it follows through. And the same thing with transportation, with trains and all that. Like, it has a structure, a course guiding it, so it can ride on it. And it's the same thing with you. Like, your foundation needs to be something that you can stand up on, and allows you to be guided to where you need to be at. So that way you never have to be on an unstable structure in your life, to where you're not able to keep yourself balanced when you need it. Now, again, that's a good way to segue into balancing your life. You gotta have balance, man. Starting off grinding for content like me, I grind content like this, but then also I had to delve back and realize that I needed balance in my life so that way I can have a healthy approach when it comes to making content. Especially if people who find themselves very ambitious, they start to default to getting lazy because they just overwhelm themselves and overwork themselves. So having good balance is just gonna help you so much to have a little bit longer longevity so you don't burn out. You don't want to be a firecracker that pops off but then dies out within literally a second. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. So good balancing is gonna help that. It's gonna help you for longevity. If you guys enjoy this, man, and you find value in it, let me know. I know there's so much more that can talk about that in the conversation. Let me know. Comment down in the conversation. And I love reading the conversations and hearing people's perspectives. So, and if you got anything to add value to in the comments, feel free to share it because we all here trying to grow. Anyways, see you on the next one. Peace.